Hey, welcome to your astrology forecast for February 26th to March 4th, 2015. On February 26th, the moon in Gemini sextiles Jupiter in Leo, and they both in conjunct Pluto in Capricorn, creating a yacht. So, with the moon in Gemini sextiling Jupiter in Leo, this is helping to make conversations more stimulating as well as expansive and creative. And we can also express our emotions a lot easier in a more expansive sort of way. With them both in conjunct Pluto and Capricorn is bringing things from under the surface into our awareness. And the main area that this is affecting is our careers. So things from under the surface could be cropping up in our career, and we'll have to communicate in order to resolve these things or transform them. So we may be able to come up with creative solutions or ideas to help to bring these things out from under the surface, as well as into a state that can be in a state of completion or resolution. And on February 27th, the moon moves into Cancer. So we're going to probably want to go within ourselves a little more on this day and enjoy our home a little more, and maybe nurture our home and family and nurture our own emotional state as well. So if you end up doing things that go, kind of against the flow of that, you may end up being a little bit crabby. So it's a good idea to be nurturing toward yourself on this day. And on February 28th, the moon in Cancer opposes Pluto in Capricorn, and they both square Venus, the south node, Uranus, and Mars by an 8-degree orb in Aries, as well as the north node in Libra on the opposite side. This creates a grand cross. So there's that opposition there with the moon in Cancer and Pluto in Capricorn. This is, of course, bringing up tensions when it comes to how we're feeling about our jobs, and whether or not we're nurturing ourselves enough, and also paying attention to our home life enough and family. So this is, of course, bringing up that tension. And then with Venus, the south node, Uranus, and Mars in Aries, this is bringing up relationships and also the need to let go of certain selfish tendencies and all of that, so that we can be more, mindful of other people. So that's a north node in Libra. We have to be more mindful of the people in our lives so that we're not just focusing on ourselves or focusing too much on our careers or in any which area. So if you're focusing too much in one aspect of life over another, then you should probably look at what area of life you are neglecting and pay more attention to that. But on this day, there's going to be some tensions brought up, confrontations may occur, and arguments could ensue, and all kinds of things that don't sound good. But there is always a reason for this, and being more aware of what it is that you need to change is going to definitely come up for you on this day. What needs to be changed so that there is a balance in your life, and so that there is equal attention being put on the things in your life that are important: your home, your career, your relationships, and of course yourself. So all this Aries is actually helping us to be more attentive to our own sense of self and who we are as people, and we can be more of ourselves, and be maybe a bit more confrontational about it, more truthful about it, which is always good to have that dose of that in there. But we can't let ourselves get too carried away with it either, to where we're creating problems or not thinking about the other people's points of view. We don't want to lean too much towards the selfishness aspect of that. And with the South Node and Uranus being there, it's helping us to let go of those tendencies. And the North Node being in Libra helps us to be more aware of the other person's point of view. And that's really the aim that North Node is trying to get to, so that we can come up with win-win situations and harmony and diplomacy in our relations with other people. So yeah. All right. Then Venus conjuncts the South Node in Aries on that day. So in our relationships, there could be things that crop up where we are being a little too one-sided about things, and we need to check ourselves on those things so that we can have a fair and balanced sort of relationship. So that comes up as well, which I already kind of mentioned. So yeah, anyways, on March 1st, Mercury in Aquarius sextiles Uranus in Aries. So this is going to be bringing us some genius insights and awesome ideas that we can put into writing or into practice. So Uranus in Aries is helping us to be more ourselves and be able to bring change into the world. So Mercury in Aquarius is also helping us to come up with awesome, grand ideas that we can put into action. So this is an amazing combination. There may be conversations of things that are very beyond this world, very objective kinds of conversations. You can be very detached in those conversations, to where you have an awesome debate that may bring more awareness, especially more awareness to yourself and even to your friends. So conversations with friends can be very enlightening at this time, and you may even seek to help to make the world a better place and create communities even that revolve around ideas that you're having at this time. And then Pluto and Capricorn sextiles the Sun and Chiron in Pisces, and they both in conjunct Jupiter in Leo. And then Jupiter in Leo opposes Mercury in Aquarius, which is semi-sextiling Pluto, Chiron, and the Sun. So this is creating a boomerang yod, which is basically a yod with an opposition to kind of, create the almost like a more of a dynamic effect. So basically, all right, with Pluto sextiling the Sun and Chiron in Pisces, this is bringing up things that need to be healed and transformed, especially things about yourself, perhaps, or about the collective, or about your career. So this is having us look at those wounds that are preventing us from being ourselves, perhaps, and that are maybe keeping us from standing up and being who we want to be, especially when it comes to our career as well. With them both in conjunct Jupiter and Leo is helping us to express ourselves in a very expansive kind of way, and in a way that will help us to be more expansive in the world and bring more abundance to ourselves. With that opposing Mercury in Aquarius is helping us to express our individuality and have new ideas that can help the community and help humanity as well. And so with those opposing, it is kind of a need to bring that creative energy into those ideas, and or those ideas maybe need to be expressed in a very creative and kind of expressive kind of way, maybe even a sort of dramatic kind of way, to where it impacts people on a kind of a deeper level. And then the semi-sextiles to Pluto, Chiron, and the Sun with Mercury in Aquarius can help us to communicate those things that really need to be healed, those things that need to be changed in the world that will promote healing. So ultimately, this is all about bringing healing into the world and using your creativity and your self-expression and even your individual ideas to help the collective and the community to heal and transform and bring better ways of maybe business, better ways of doing business and doing things that can also be helpful to healing yourself as well. Okay, and then the moon moves into Leo, and this helps us to express ourselves in a very creative way, maybe in a bit more of a dramatic kind of way, and we can express our emotions in a very creative and dramatic kind of way as well. And we may also enjoy more fun and nurturing our children and really being more in touch with our own childlike wonder and joy. And on March 2nd, the moon in Leo trines Saturn in Sagittarius, which will help to bring our creativity into a more realistic and grounded form, bringing creative ideas into form. So we can express our emotional selves by being more creative, and then also bring it into form. And then also we could be more creative about some of the beliefs that we have and allow for ourselves to be more expressive of what those beliefs are. And the important thing in that is to not let your tendency towards rigidity at this time be too confining to where the point where you're not really allowing the expression to occur, or maybe not allowing another person to express their ideas or beliefs. Okay, and then the moon conjuncts Jupiter in Leo, helping us to be more expansive and feel more creative, as well as abundant and joyous, and really bringing more joy and fun into the world. So we can express ourselves a lot easier and express our emotions a lot easier as well, and do it in a way that creates more of an expanded kind of feeling. And then March 3rd, Jupiter in Leo trines Uranus in Aries. So this could mean that we may look into a form of education that is more unconventional, or it could be that more unconventional beliefs are coming to you at this time, and there could be a shakeup of your beliefs, as well as a need for letting go of outmoded thinking. So new ideas are definitely coming in, and you maybe even be able to express yourself in a way that is a bit more unconventional and unique to you. And yeah, all of this is going to help you to be more expressive of who you are and expansive in the way you think and in the beliefs that you hold. And then on March 4th, the moon moves into Virgo, helping us to be more detail-oriented, organized, and to be able to focus on our daily responsibilities in a much more grounded kind of way. And it's a good day to make sure that we eat healthy so that we feel better and so that we do end up being more productive. And make sure not to be too self-critical on this day, or critical of others even, because, as long as you soften the blow, as long as it's constructive criticism, that's okay. But being too critical to the point where you're nitpicking inhibits productivity. So it's better to do things in a way where it's going to help the situation if you do have any criticisms to give. All right. And then Venus conjuncts Uranus in Aries and then trines Jupiter in Leo. Well, they're basically happening at the same time. So Venus conjuncting Uranus in Aries is going to bring a new kind of life to your relationships, kind of a need for some change, need to shake things up, maybe a little bit of restlessness could occur as well. But as long as you do something that is out of the ordinary, and perhaps even travel would be a good idea with it trining Jupiter and Leo, and maybe doing something more creative and expressive and something that you may have never even done before, and learn new things perhaps, and, really just shake things up and get a new perspective on life. And that will help to boost the relationship and bring new energy to it. And then the moon in Virgo opposes Neptune in Pisces, and they both square Saturn in Sagittarius, creating a T-square. So the moon in Virgo opposing Neptune in Pisces. Neptune in Pisces is going to tempt us to go into our dream world on this day, but we need to focus on those daily activities that perhaps we've been escaping from or putting off. And so there is kind of that tension kind of there that is, trying to keep us away from doing the things that we need to do. And then with them square Saturn and Sagittarius, this is really needing us to get grounded and take care of business. And of course, with both Neptune in Pisces and Saturn in Sagittarius, this is bringing up perhaps spiritual types of tensions about beliefs and illusions, and perhaps there will be illusions that are shattered, and even limiting beliefs that you can, let go of, that might, you might become more aware of what those are, especially since they could crop up from under the surface on this day. And, you just might come across information that really, reveals an illusion that you were holding on to, or a limiting belief that you were holding on to. So, this can create tensions, of course, and hopefully there won't be more stuff in the news about religion and stuff. Hopefully that won't happen, but it could happen. And basically, there's things that are coming up so that we can let go of those things and be more focused on what is important and what is helpful and expansive to the world, and uniting. And then the moon in Virgo is also asking us to try to live those things, try to make them practical in your daily life, do things that can help to make it more real, do the positive ones. And then Venus in Aries squares Pluto in Capricorn. This is going to bring up some tensions in relationships. There could be tensions revolving around your career as well. So things in your career could be bubbling under the surface, and Venus in Aries could have an extra boost of energy, which can create some amount of, especially if you don't expend that energy, you could become argumentative or a bit, self-centered perhaps, or something, to where you're impulsive or impatient or just kind of getting irritable perhaps. So a good thing to do would be to actually exercise, or since Venus and Aries and Pluto and Capricorn are going on, it could actually be sexual too. Like maybe you need to have sexual tension be released. Could be that too. I don't know. But you could also be very creative, and using your creativity in your career would be a good idea, and that can help to really bring some changes in your career. And then Mars conjuncts the South Node in Aries. So Mars, of course, in Aries is extremely confrontational and is very go, 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 and very ready to start new things, and can be impatient, impulsive, and argumentative, and needing to get its way right away. So South Node in Aries is trying to refine that a little bit so that it's not such a bulldozer when it comes to getting things done. So it helps to kind of temper that a little and let go of the tendencies that are more negative, so that you can take care of the things that need to be taken care of in a way that isn't like a bull in a china shop, but in a more refined kind of way, so that you can have the energy to do those things without, those sort of ideas. Anyways, all right. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share. And I'll talk to you soon. Have an awesome week.